It seems that even the biggest names in golf are leaving the PGA Tour for the Saudi Rebel League LIV Golf Series. Fans are pretty heated about the whole situation. Let's take a look at this and some more golfing news in the video. One of the youngest golfers to ever play the PGA Tour, Bryson DeChambeau, has definitely made history. He made his pro debut in 2016 and went on to win the PGA Tour 8 times. He also won the 2020 US Open. He's one of 5 players who have won the US Amateur and NCAA Division I championship in the same year, and he's only 28. It appears that his association with the PGA Tour is ending after a fantastic run in his career so far. DeChambeau has been dubbed the scientist because of his calculated approach to the game of golf, and it's clearly going places. For now, it seems the next step is the LIV Gold Series. First up, Bryson DeChambeau joins the LIV Golf Series. Right now, he is definitely the biggest in the game, and even though it's not surprising that he joined, it's still pretty controversial. DeChambeau hadn't commented on whether or not he's keeping his PGA Tour membership until recently, so we really have no clue on what the future holds for the PGA Tour right now. Obviously, we wouldn't expect DeChambeau to sign on this deal for free, and saying that the money is pretty good, that's an understatement. But this deal with the Saudi Rebel League, the LIV Golf Series, is apparently worth a whopping $100 million. It might actually be more, but we still don't have any confirmation. Either way, it seems that popular golfers are starting to leave the PGA Tour for their Saudi-backed rival. DeChambeau has won the PGA Tour 8 times, so he's definitely one of the elite talents in golf. He's also managed to grab the attention of other sports fans, which is pretty rare for golfers. His charisma at his relatively young age is really a gift, and this is the reason he's grouped with the greats of golf, such as Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, and Phil Mickelson. However, Bryson DeChambeau has also had a history of erratic behavior with the PGA Tour, which is why he slowly began to lose their favor. At this point, though, it really doesn't matter because clearly he's got options. Next, DeChambeau's rocky relationship with the PGA Tour. The next LIV golf event is at the end of June in Oregon, and DeChambeau is playing in it. He told Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA Golf Tour, that nothing could possibly change his mind. This seems like a sweeping statement to make, but DeChambeau remained firm and unapologetic about it. Things might be looking up for DeChambeau, but are they looking up for the PGA Tour? Some sources say yes. It's really surprising, though, considering that DeChambeau has remained one of their greatest assets. Apparently, the fame got to his head a bit, and the PGA Tour became his personal playground instead of a professional sports tournament. According to many PGA Tour players, agents, employees, and caddies, Bryson DeChambeau acted questionably on many occasions. In fact, according to one tour source, DeChambeau felt that he didn't have to play by anyone's rules but his own. That's a pretty insane thing to say, but we suppose this behavior was normalized in the PGA Tour, especially concerning Bryson. More reports have rolled in following his leave from the PGA Tour too. In 2016, after he made his way to the PGA Tour, the young golfer apparently yelled profanities at a volunteer who couldn't find his errant ball. The tour didn't really discipline him, and this clearly bit them back because this behavior just continued. In the mid-2020, DeChambeau once wanted to enter a hotel but didn't have any ID on him, and the staff didn't recognize him. His reaction was also really explosive. He blew up at the hotel staff, who didn't do anything wrong. They were abiding by their rules and the precautions that they needed to take because of the pandemic. At this point, the PGA just had to address it. Naturally, the PGA Tour also saw him as a slight problem because of his popularity growing, but there were also incidents like these. He started at the Rocket Mortgage and at the Memorial next, and he told an official that his rulings were garbage. He also commented on the state of the courses and frustratingly that these greens. All of this was not well received by the PGA Tour officials at all. They tried to explain to him how this behavior isn't acceptable, but to no avail, it seems. An insider source says that he simply doesn't want any advice at all. It seems that Bryson DeChambeau is adamant to create his own path, no matter how controversial it might be. Still, fans can't wait to see what's next for his career, considering it's only just started. Now, other controversies in Bryson DeChambeau's career. DeChambeau is definitely a fan favorite. He's one of the younger players, and he's figured out ways to connect with the followers, mostly through social media sites like TikTok and YouTube. This too went against a few of the PGA Tour rules, but he continued with it despite their complaints. At one point, DeChambeau also refused to get vaccinated while he was playing golf in the middle of the pandemic. The excuse he used was really lousy too, saying, "It's better if people who need the vaccine more than him get it." That's really absurd, considering there's no shortage of vaccines in America at this point. Fans also think that DeChambeau went back on his own words, considering the fact that he said he wouldn't leave the PGA Tour as long as the world's best players were in it. But he signed a deal with LIV Golf Series and he's leaving already, even though 14 of the best players in the world are still signed with the PGA Tour and playing with them for the foreseeable future. People are speculating that the large $100 million sum that he's receiving has a big part to play in this, but so does his rocky relationship with the PGA Tour. Either way, this future seems bright for Bryson DeChambeau and his golfing career. The world of golf has been turned upside down this year, as it seems, and a lot's going on. Let's take a look at what happened this week. The PGA Tour suspends 17 players. Yeah, you guys heard that right. The PGA Tour is apparently suspending 17 players. That's a lot. The reason behind this is pretty simple, because they're competing in the Saudi-backed rival LIV Golf Series. Even Phil Mickelson, who is featuring at the Centurion Club, is being banned. The suspension for the 17 players is for an indefinite period of time, but we can't be sure with regards to how long it might be. Jay Monahan, the commissioner, wrote in a letter that all the players who have made the decision to join the other league won't be able to enjoy the benefits of being a PGA Tour member at the same time. He also talks about how this whole ordeal is disrespectful, and many longtime watchers of the PGA Tour agree. What do you think? Next, Patrick Reed expresses frustration. It seems that all these young, promising players are leaving behind their legacies at the PGA Tour for multi-million-dollar checks at the LIV Golf Series. Reed's just one of them. He's had a pretty frustrating year too, it seems. According to him, golf is exactly where it needs to be right now, but he's fighting his own personal battles with it. This year, he's been going through a swing change, which isn't ideal. He's clearly been doing a lot of reflecting, and we can only hope to see things get better for him. And Warriors lose Game 3 of the finals. The third game of this season's NBA Finals was just now, and they lost 113-100 against the Celts. This season has been pretty exciting for them, and with 2 more games, this anticipation just keeps on growing. Currently, the Celtics have a 2-1 lead over them, so fans are just praying that the next game is theirs. The season's been pretty special for some specific members of the Warriors too, like Steph Curry. He made history by making more than 5 3-pointers in the NBA Finals. That's more than any other player. Fans just can't wait to see what the future holds for this team, because it seems to be pretty promising. Lastly, Rafael Nadal suffers chronic injury. Nadal has had Mueller-Weiss syndrome since he was 18, which impacts his performance greatly. Despite this, he's still gone on to win numerous championships, including 13 French Opens. Unfortunately, the injury in his left foot has been worsening for now. Despite this, he's still training with anesthesia on his injury at Roland Garros. The anesthesia allows him to train without actually feeling any pain. Nadal is determined to heal in time for Wimbledon, even though his doctor advised him to stay cautious. Fans are sending players and good wishes his way. Hope he heals soon. And that's a wrap for the video. What do you think of players leaving the PGA Tour for the LIV Golf Series? Let us know in the comment section below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. I'll see you in the next one.